day, viewers. This is another episode of Opinions with Olayemi. I'm friends, of course, and my name is Olayemi Akonde. Thank you so much for watching previous episodes, and I hope today's one will also be as interesting as past ones. Of course, I have with me here Bayo Ilupeju. I have Bola Larakwe. Nah, I take back. She's married now, so.
That point.
Bayo, sorry, Mr. Bayo, where are you? Don't worry. She's still married to you, Bola Bayo, and of course, Asiwaju Yomi.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sorry. And of course, I have Asiwaju Yomi. Okay, I'm used to calling him Asiwaju, so I'm just used to that. Today, we will be talking about education now from the point of view of a man and a woman in a relationship, of course. Now, the more common situation we have in this part of the world, or let me say seemingly acceptable situation we have, is a man being more educated than the woman in a relationship or in marriages. But what about when a man is less educated than his woman? What do you think? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's proper? Can you do it or you can't do it? So that is what we are talking about today. So I'm going to start with
Good day, viewers. Well, from my own opinion, I don't see anything bad in it because we have so many things that goes beyond the educational background of a person. As I was talking to Olayemi earlier on, I told her, and she said she concurred with me. There are so many things that goes beyond, being educated. Though it's necessary you're being educated. I can marry somebody so far he knows how to communicate. Communication is very, very necessary.
Sure.
You understand? So far I understand him, he understands me, and there's no way he will embarrass me outside. You understand? That's another thing. I can, and he has a good means of living. That's the major thing. We have some people that have PhD, they are professor, but they don't have means of living. You understand? So at the end of the day, Kilo Jasi, it's not so I don't mind.
I'm just buttressing that point, Bola. I'm sorry.
No, it's not really about money, but it goes beyond that because, okay, assuming you are educated, you understand, as in you have all the education in the world, and at the end of the day, you are a man, you're a woman better. You understand? What do I do to that?
But I'm sorry to cut in. You said
okay.
He should be able to communicate outside.
Yes.
Is it about communication?
That's why it's mine.
In public?
No.
Is that what a woman wants really? Do you understand? I think it's beyond that. So I want you to still go a bit further.
That is our own opinion now. That's what she feels like. So maybe which is
me. I be carpenter. I no go school, but outside I go blow grammar. I go do.
Maybe that's what she's saying. Is that what you can speak proper English, or
yes, you can communicate in a way and manner in which everyone understands. We have some people that they don't even attend secondary school, but they speak better
than graduates.
You understand?
I'm an example.
Yeah.
What? Bayo, why are you lying against your parents?
So based on that, communication goes beyond the English that we,
Sure.
So me talking about communication, I know what I'm saying. So far, I understand him.
Okay, great.
You understand?
Great.
At the same time, every woman wants somebody that she's proud of. So far, I'm proud of him. I can take him outside, and there is no way he will embarrass me. You understand? I know what I'm saying.
No. You know it. Do you know why I'm laughing? You know, I gave her an example.
Give me my mention.
Stop talking again. Just once I just say, meet my, just say, good afternoon. Don't say anything.
Not like that. Not like that.
Anyway, Asiwaju.
Okay, I think it's about the society. I was having a discussion with my wife, and I said most of the things that women get worried about their state of things. For example, why is it I'm not yet married? Why is it that I've been married, I don't have children?
Yeah.
It's because of the perception of the public. Okay. It's because people tend to look at them and say, why are you still good? So that enters into their psyche, and they begin to work on some things like, they get worried and work. Wait, of course I do. I told her, I said, see, it's about me. It's about you. you don't need to get worked up because of somebody's opinion about you, somebody's perception about you, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to you, to your happiness. So for a woman, if you feel you can get married and get happiness from a guy who is just a school start holder, primary 6 holder, fine, go ahead with him. It's not about he's a BSc holder, master's degree holder, PhD holder, and at the end of the day, you're not even happy with him. As a matter of fact, the guy is not even smart enough to even, get things done, like job, like, stuff. It's not just about the degree, for me. Of course, degree is overrated in Nigeria, educational this thing. When somebody comes and say, I'm a PhD holder, you expect that, and we know that they buy some of these things. And so,
Great.
Interesting, you're quite right. But the challenge for some people, or the fear, when it comes to this issue with some people, is they feel that when your educational standards are, pretty different, right? It affects the way we see things, exposure, for instance, thinking, for instance. So I'm so like this, and I know this because, maybe I didn't buy it. I went through school. Now I'm diseducated. Now I have to start explaining to someone when I say something he really doesn't understand because he's not gotten to this level of mine. Some people see that as a challenge, like, I can't shout. Let me just get somebody that when I say this, he really understands what I'm saying. Do you understand? When I say sushi, it's like, sushi, which state is that? Like, are you serious? It's food. Oh, it's food. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we just don't want to go through that route. Another thing is this. Women, we are meant to submit. And sometimes we could be, we could get angry and, we can throw tantrums. Right.
Okay.
Why some men feel is not okay, or some women would rather not do that, is they feel that when they do such, maybe they got angry and they were rude, or kind of, the man in question might start feeling, is it because you have this qualification? You understand? Or because you are now XYZ, I can't talk to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're this, I told you not to do this. Everything will now be because, and it's pretty difficult for you to know which man we say because, or which man we have enough self-esteem to not give a damn about whatever certification you're carrying
I
around.
think it's about self-esteem. It's about psychology. I know of somebody, let's be practical, I know of somebody who only had primary school certificates. And when you see this bros, you would think he's a graduate. It's somebody that, it follows those who are educated out. Like, he goes to school. If you see him in Ojeri then, we had the elder brother who was the SUG president. So he goes with him like his age, and you'll be talking with girls and be asking them, what's your discipline? And the girl, if care is not taking you, like, even those in school, they don't even know as in when you even say what's your discipline, they don't understand.
You're right.
You understand? They're expecting you to say, what's your course of study? Which level are you? And this guy, because of his exposure with, and he would just walk up to a beautiful girl and say, what's up? What's your discipline? And the girl will like, okay, I'm here too. I'm in ND2, I'll still be going on my IT. And lo and behold, this bros, if newspaper come out today, him go by. With primary 6, begin to read. Stay around people that are reading. Begin to hear things and begin to, lo and behold, later on, they made him Ogun West Senatorial District Youth Leader, primary school holder. He later got married to somebody who was actually more educated than he is. As we speak today, I may not mention his name, but if he's watching this program, you know what I'm talking about. He was a chieftaincy title in my hometown as we speak today.
And do you have any?
I don't have a chieftaincy title. I don't even say
his own title is coming. I know, I can see your title coming already.
But so even as a guy now, it's a self-esteem thing. As a guy, you are not educated by the way of books, formal education. Okay, brush up yourself. Talking about when I'm talking about some things as a lady, or maybe as a woman, you are talking to a guy and he's not picking up. It's your fault. Even those that go to university sometimes, they pass through school most times. You don't expect them sometimes to know some things. Most times it's all about copy and paste. I go to school, I read, I pass, I come out with certificate, and it's just about that. Education is even broader than that.
I kind of like your mate's point of view, you understand? But for me, at some point in my life, I actually didn't want to go to school. My basic reason was because I took time to study the Nigerian educational system, and I thought it didn't matter, you understand? I didn't want to go to school. However, if I had succeeded in not going to school, I would most probably have married somebody who went to school. The chances that I would have married somebody who didn't go to school was low. You understand? Because as a man, I have my perception of women. So there are things that school will teach you, because I've been with all sorts of people. And so based on that, if a woman goes to school, it helps my life. You understand?
Yeah.
So I will conveniently have married woman, a woman who has a higher level of education. So what the problem about it most times is people with low self-esteem. Because you can decide at some point in your life that, look, all this school self, no be money I dey find. No. Make I get money.
I was just like you too. I dropped out from NT. I said, I no go back.
There's no point. I didn't want to go to school. In fact, at some point, I instructed my wife to abandon school. Do you understand? Because I knew that I could get her all of the things she would go and look for in school. I knew where to find them. So don't go and waste 4 or 5 years somewhere. I'm not discouraging people that are going to school, though. But you know, at a point in your life, you make certain decisions. I want my wife to have as much education as possible. But for me, I'm streetwise. You get it? I know where to get everything that I need. So that's what I should pursue instead of. So I'm fine with somebody with a higher degree. So I think we should start telling ourselves, is it about the degree or about the person? Do you understand?
Then you know something, just like he said when he made mention of influence and all that, sometimes some ladies can't even do because they don't even know how to tell their family members that, you know, we are so funny. Okay, so this year, school, like, which school did he attend? Then you say, actually, it's actually about to my one. Actually, they just assume that because this person you're dating did not probably go to, let's say, our institution, for instance, maybe he dropped out of secondary school. They just assume that it's just a non-entity. Like, it's just like his psychology, except if the guy came to your house all boxed up. At that point, it doesn't even matter if he went to primary school. Oh, okay. But if he's still struggling, they just say, but even people that went to school are also struggling. So like you said, sometimes it's about what are we going to tell people outside. You understand? Like now, I have professional certification and all that. I can date someone that went to secondary school and house, provided that when I'm talking to him, I'm not seeing, I can't feel the difference. Like, I'm like, you understand? It's not, I can't see, the problem we have will not be because of education, right? But then the problem will now be for someone that doesn't have self-confidence. Self-confidence is both ways. Now, the guy might not have self-confidence enough to say, is it because of this, is it because of that we're doing this? But even the lady in question that is dating such a man needs to also have self-confidence to defend that decision. That yes, I know you feel that because I have this, I should actually go with this kind of man that has this, that has this. But you know what? This is the kind of man I'm going out with. You can live with it or you can go away. It's not compulsory. If people can sense it in you that you actually, when you're willing to stay with a man, they will give you your respect with time.
Of course.
So I think the self-confidence goes both ways for women that actually want to go through, via this route. So, as far as you understand.
All I mean, it then means that we should tell women now, right, that look, it's not about the certificate. I tell you one truth. The most influential people in the world today, if we check their backgrounds, they actually do not have that paper. Do you understand? Let's even check the most influential women too. How much education do they actually have?
Okay.
Do you understand? So it's about us learning to deal with whatever comes our way. My wife could be more educated. I'm working on my wife to be more educated than I am. But then, I'm still the bad guy on the side. I'm the one that is dictating, okay, this is the best thing to do. This is the best thing to do. If she now starts to make more money, it's for me to be able to deal with it. Do you understand? And there's nothing stopping. We have that problem around here. When I say here, Africa, right? Nigeria. We want to just be on top of the game. Your wife could have all the billions in the world.
It's still yours.
But if you are smart enough, she's still your wife.
I know.
It's only when you start falling to those side talks.
Yes.
Me and my wife, it is the two of us. If you like, be a fourth party and come and be saying anything. I don't give two about you. People have to start learning to deal with their family. beyond, it's just waste of time that we're sitting down with people and they're telling you how to
What to
relate to
do,
somebody who's
yeah.
got money or who doesn't have money.
Okay.
So I think that's where I stand on it.
Okay. Now, I told a friend before we came here, and I said that when it comes to relationship, different people have what they look for in a relationship, right? Some people is about money, and there is nothing you can do about that. That's just who they are. And some people is education, right? Some people is companionship. So we really cannot say, oh, okay, go this route. You must make sure education is not important to you. If that is what is important to them, fine.
Yeah.
Right. But if it is not what is important to you, then you should not let what the society will say to make you lose someone you love, just because of what will people say. If you can cope with the person, why not? I like companionship, even above money. Maybe because I know I can make money, but I can't make companionship by myself. And education, you can go back to school and even be more educated than me. What else? But I can't have a man change from being a wife beater or a man that lies. Jesus, some people can lie. I woke up and
That's how they make their money. How about that?
So if it's education that is the challenge, oh sweetheart, let's go on. So if I'm comfortable with you, we can communicate. You understand me. You're not threatened by me.
At all.
Because there are some people in a relationship, and instead of them being partners, they're actually competitors.
Yes.
Without even knowing, you understand. So far you're not
Very
threatened by
annoying.
me. I will support you if you want to go, provided you are also forthcoming, you are truthful. Because you see some people, and this is even a personal experience, you meet them, they didn't go to school, but they'll tell you they have degree in XYZ. You understand? Then later on you start discovering that this guy didn't go to school. It's not about them not going to school that I have issues with. It's about the lie. Right? It's difficult for me to meet you now and I'll start dating and say, you know what, you say you went to University of XYZ. Can I see your certificate? I mean, you can't be doing that. So even if you don't have it and you meet a lady that is more educated than you, it's good to be upright. I mean, forthcoming right from the start. Let the lady know what she's going into, and she can take a decision not based on deception and all that. Well, that's just what I have to say.
True.
I think we should also advise our people at home, especially our parents, our friends and families. We appreciate the fact that you love us. That's why sometimes you always want to advise us,
back, yeah.
and then sometimes you even do it in such a way that your will must be done. Advice is an advice. Former President Obasanjo advised President Buhari, said, this is an advice. It's your choice to take it. Now, don't force your opinion on people. Do you understand? Don't let them change themselves because of your own opinion. If somebody says, I don't mind getting married to a school start holder, a school start fail, F9, whatever it is, whatever, a carpenter, whatever, appreciate the person's opinion and advise wisely. Do you understand? Don't say, you know, things like that. Don't discourage the person, advise the person, support them. And you too, as a woman being, if you're a woman, you want to get married to a guy who you are more learned than, it's your choice.
Yeah.
Learn to cope with the guy. And the guy too, please cooperate with the ladies. Don't be threatened by their success. Their success is your success. My wife makes $1 million, madam.
We'll spend it together.
Now me own you, so I won't.
This is an African man. This guy is an African man.
Just like Ashura just said, it's all about you. You know what makes you happy. At the end of the day, whatever the society says, you're the one in that house with him. You know what makes you happy. You know what you see in him outside the education. So far you are comfortable. It goes beyond the education. It goes beyond the money. There's something, love. There are ways you love a man that whatever other things is just by the side. But at the same time, just like Yemi said, a guy that is a wife batter, that is abusive, especially recently, we have such running in the society. When you know that your man is not, you are comfortable. Some women like beating, Sha. That one, a topic for another day. But once you are comfortable with him, please, most of the time, if we tend to listen to too many friends, too many family, we'll miss our road. We'll miss where we are heading to. Because at times, what we have in front of us, we don't know what is behind it. In the next 5-6 years, the guy can go back to school, and at the end of the day, he becomes the president of Nigeria. What will you say?
He has married your
God
best
bless
friend.
you. So please listen to your heart, use your head, and I wish you the best.
Well, for me, the way to look at it really is what's the most important thing to an individual. Most of the time, it's always about our happiness. Happiness entails comfort and all of those other things. If I meet somebody who is of a lesser level in life, for me to associate with the person, there are elements that I have found interesting in the person.
Okay.
Sell the positive things about the people, appreciate them, so that even when you start acquiring success, they will always go back to the fact that my partner appreciates me for who I am. Because our major problem in this part of the world is the fact that we do not appreciate people for who they truly are. We have been so much into this facade of heaviness, certificates, and all those things. But the truth is, people are people. People are not certificates.
That's all.
Please, women, learn to respect your men. However, men, it's more to you. If your woman is achieving success, it's a plus to you. It means you've been supportive. You have given her the room to be able to grow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yomi. Thank you so much, Bola. And of course, Bayo. And of course, my name is Olayemi Akonde, and this brings us to the end of today's episode of Opinions with Olayemi and Friend, where we've discussed education and the difference in standard when it comes to women and a man. Of course, you can drop your comments after this show. I'd like to read from you, and do try to subscribe to this channel also. The show returns same time next week. Thank you so much. Goodbye.